never make it far. As for me, I'm at it grinding, and I'm always working on till I'm home. And they know me worldwide, I'm just looking for a ride or die, always down to ride. So tell me if you with me, if you not, move out my way.
Everyone, this is Frederick Jones, publisher for Saturday AM, and this is PILOT Manga.
Let's get started. I'm Tyler, your narrator for this test flight express, and the way this is going to work is we'll be covering 8 selected entries from the test flight, then we'll have an honorable mention, and after that, the top 3. Keep in mind that these are edited responses from the team of reviewers, and for the complete experience, go watch the full-length test flight live winner reveal video at Saturday AM's YouTube channel. First up, we have Game of Legends by Ahmed Ashraf. Series pitch, Yu-Gi-Oh! All Series meets Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. For series potential, Frederick, the publisher, says no, TERESA, an editor, says no, and Peter, an editor, says no. Frederick says, I think the art is better than it's given credit for, but the action sequences are very hard to follow and the concept seems to be grasping at straws. Peter says the story could be a lot of fun, but first the world and the card game should exist harmoniously, instead of one being forced to fit the other. Entry number 2, Devil Hunter DK by David Harrell. Series pitch, Yu Yu Hakusho meets Buso Rankin. Frederick says no, TERESA says no, and Peter says no. TERESA says, this story doesn't enthuse me because it doesn't feel unique enough. You need to put something of yourself in your work to make it stand out. Peter says, this story needs to bring something to the table instead of borrowing from other successful manga. Entry number 3, New World by Christian Sandino and Elijah Duncan. Series pitch, Attack on Titan meets X-Men. Frederick says no, TERESA says no, and Peter says no. Frederick says, one of the worst pitches I've ever seen. This has nothing to do with Attack on Titan and barely any X-Men-like nuances. The art here is solid, but the story is too poor considering this is a team collaboration. TERESA says, I don't really see a series here. It sounds like a short story about 2 friends that have an exam. Very good pages though. You did show us 2 different sides of the character. Entry number 4, Expired by Antoine Wright. Series pitch, Avatar meets Age of Extinction. Frederick says no, TERESA says no, and Peter says no. TERESA says needs to work on visual storytelling, promising art though. Peter says work on your paneling, it's the thing that's holding you back the most. Entry number 5, Mighty Kick by Wendil Caudilla. Series pitch, Goosebumps meets Detective Conan. Frederick says yes, TERESA says no, and Peter says no. Frederick says, this is awesome. Yes, the art is not strong enough, but the writing shows real invention and cleverness, tremendous potential. TERESA says, fun concept, but the art needs work. Also, I don't see the need for a fight in a detective series. Entry number 6, A Cry of Dying Wolves by Emilio Marchesi and Julius Roselund. Series pitch, Attack on Titan meets Evangelion. Frederick says yes, TERESA says no, and Peter says no. Frederick says overly ambitious. This is an existing story, so I have to wonder if they'll be open to changes. There's too much backstory. The art saves this, and there's a confidence in the story which I give it credit for. Peter says the shards are the most unique part of your story. They should be more than just fuel for a weapon. Entry number 7, The Arrows of Balance by Kalani Corbett. Series pitch, Soul Eater meets Remedium Plus. Frederick says yes, TERESA says no, and Peter says no. TERESA says very unoriginal story but decent art as well as creative use of page composition. Peter says give your characters real goals to achieve and hurdles to leap over. Entry number 8, Cutaway Soldier by Jordan Faulkner. Series pitch, Final Fantasy XIII meets the 7 Deadly Sins. Frederick says yes, TERESA says no, and Peter says no. Frederick says, the concept is a bit preposterous. It should be a simple revenge story, but the creator makes it needlessly complex. The art has strengths, however. TERESA says, check your spelling if you're handing in something for a contest and work on your anatomy. Great designs though, cool monster and logo. Honorable mention to Trina by Miles O'Brien. Series pitch, Jet Set Radio meets Akira. Frederick says yes, TERESA says yes, and Peter says yes. Frederick says this comes across as a bit overloaded and self-aggrandizing. I like the backgrounds, the character designs are lackluster, but the execution of the story is strong and the concept could be intriguing. TERESA says love the concept and the art shows promise. Peter says great art and concept, but it needs just a little bit more to really help sell itself. Third place, Stigma by Keiara Reddy. Series pitch, Nichijou meets Gangsta. Frederick says yes, TERESA says yes, and Peter says yes. Frederick says excellent cover, this is a cool concept though I'm not sure about the execution. Wanted to see more of what makes the Immortals unique. Lack of diversity is frustrating, but the art and concept potential have me excited. TERESA says it could use a bit more originality in the character design, but other than that, it looks interesting. Peter says love the concept and art. Consider extending the timeline to take advantage of the immortality and not just being unable to die. Second place, Paradise Down by Jaime Molina. Series pitch, Lupin III meets Fooly Cooly. Frederick says yes, TERESA says yes, and Peter says yes. Frederick says, I'm not a huge fan of the plot, nothing truly original, but the execution is very good. Some of the art was fantastic, huge potential. TERESA says, the concept sounds like a lot of fun, but the art needs work. There's nothing particular wrong with it, you just need mileage, that's all. Peter says, story looks fun, but Rikio should be more of a thief and less of a skullcracker. Love the silent pages. First place, Neo World Zodiac by Zabrine Bonawyn. Series pitch, Akira meets Exorcist. Frederick says yes, TERESA says yes, and Peter says yes. Frederick says, this has way too much backstory and the submitted pages do not deliver on the general ideas enough. That said, the lead character is an overweight Asian woman and I'm all too excited about that level of diversity coupled with strong art and use of the animal zodiacs. TERESA says, fun concept and great art. Peter says, a cool concept with potential. Congratulations, Zabrine, and that about wraps it up for this Test Flight Express. If you want to see the full 4-hour live version, check out Saturday AM's YouTube channel or click on the video link. I'm Tyler with the channel Fan Syndrome, and we'll see you guys next time.